what's up? It's Vlad. This is the second day of my commitment since I decided to talk every day for 100 days. Then I'm gonna start with the question: should or shouldn't I prepare for these speeches? I actually think that it's necessary to organize it's like myself before to start talking, so I need to write down at least 1, 2, 3 things which I need to discuss, because otherwise it's going to be a mess, and I don't like to talk about everything. I like to be very specific. Last time when I tried to do a kind of thing like this, I already tried to make a similar commitment a couple of years ago. It was 2019. I made the New Year resolution to talk every day, but at that time I didn't publish it every day on YouTube, so I just downloaded it on my computer, and then after when I accomplished the task, I published it afterwards. But now you may go and check these videos and see, just compare how it was done 2 years ago, and you may look how it's going on right now. I just want to emphasize that 2 years ago there was a different grammar. There was it's like my language was way weaker than it is right now, and I guess for me it's also very interesting to look back and see how I changed my English during this period of time, during these 2 years. But this problem, should or shouldn't I prepare, it's like I remember it bothered me at that time as well, and here's like what I did that time. I just write down 1 or 2 basic things which I'd like to discuss, and every day it's like there are 100 papers, even a little bit more. I was talking about different things, and eventually it's like not different, but again, I prepare something before, then I started talking about it. And sometimes, of course, I was talking about one thing, but then I skipped to something else, and it was like it was messed up. But anyway, so the point is that it's very difficult to focus on one thing. But if when I talk spontaneously, but if I just prepare beforehand, it's gonna work way better. But here's the problem with focusing, with thinking about one particular thing. It's very difficult to. Oh, it's like, again, what am I talking about? It's very difficult to choose what exactly should I talk about, because today, for example, before starting this video, I was thinking for an hour or something, and I was making a kind of models of this video. I was always like, oh, okay, let's suppose that I'm start talking. What am I going to talk about? And then should or shouldn't I prepare? Or maybe I need to talk about my activities, what exactly I'm doing. Like I should talk about speaking club. I should talk about English, about improving my pronunciation, or maybe improving my grammar, or maybe working on my vocabulary, or maybe talking about new things which I decided to do, or maybe I need just to describe what happened during the last day and say, it's like, for example, last day I was writing kind of essay for a speaking club, and it was quite interesting. I spent like a couple of hours writing it, and probably I need to just talk about it a little bit more to explain the way how I write, because it's kind of unusual. I don't sit on the table at the table and write down things, and just go in the street and walk, and I use a type recorder, and I basically create the text by just talking. But anyway, so it's like there were lots of models which I wanted to implement while self-talk, but it was very difficult to choose what exactly I need to talk about. And then it's like I realized that it's going to be better just start talking without thinking too much. Just okay, so this is my task for today, and I need to start and see what's really going on in my head, because most of the time when I use this exercise when I talk to the camera. I do it not to impress somebody else, see how smart I am and what I'm doing and blah blah blah. No, it's like my goal is exactly to clarify my thoughts, to see what's really going on. And if I spend an extra time for preparing this, it's like it's not going to be the same. It's like the purpose of this exercise seems to be it's like it's not going to accomplish the purpose. So the purpose is exactly to see what's going on. But when I start thinking about, when I start overthink what I need to talk, it creates unnecessary mess. So instead of just clarifying my thoughts, I create lots of different thoughts, and it's not going to work pretty well. But again, so the point is, as I said, I'd like to talk about what I'm doing. And preparation, yeah, it's like I think it's better to avoid all sorts of preparation, but still I need to think at least about one thing in order to have something to start with. Because again, I remember these schedules when when I was writing and thinking about what to say, and I also had these moments when I decided that I should be 100% spontaneous and I shouldn't prepare anything. I just need to turn on the camera and start talking. And I remember how it led to disasters, because in many cases I just couldn't start for 5 minutes. I was just saying nonsense, and I was complaining a lot about myself, about my inability to be clear, my inability to understand what I am talking about, and and it brought lots of negative emotions. But now it's I don't like to have these negative emotions while talking. I like to share positivity. I like to share. I like to persuade you to do the same. I like to convince you that it's very amazing exercise, which may improve your not just your English, but it helps you to organize your routine. It helps you to organize your life. It helps you to be more productive and to understand better yourself. What are you doing? Why are you doing that? Every day when you talk about your actions, when you talk about what you're doing, you see more clearly. What you need to pay attention, and you think about it more. The point is, of course, to think about your actions, not just to do something blindly, but try to understand what it is, what kind of information do you need to perform better, and that seems to be the purpose. But again, I think there are lots of purposes, and I may rationalize about it for hours. Just choose one activity, like talking to the camera, and start thinking about it. What's the purpose? Why it's important? And of course, I may find one thing, but then if I wait for a while, I'll find another thing, and eventually it's I may make up with a new purpose every day. But what's the real purpose among them? That's the very interesting question. And I think I need to think more. So it's the first, I think I might dedicate 5 speeches just to think why I'm doing this exercise. What's the purpose? Of course, YouTube channel and growing my audience, gaining subscribers. It may be the thing in itself. So I may focus on that and talk about that all the time. But also it helps me to develop my speaking club. Again, it helps me to organize my routine. It helps me to focus on my actions, to be more to be more confident in what I'm doing, to be able to talk about it, and of course to improve my language and all sorts of different things like that. So it's now I feel kind of excited. I feel that I want to continue this exercise. I need 100 days. It's actually not too much. So I already had the similar experience, and now it's for me just to repeat it. But the last time I did it on my own, I wasn't too much obsessed with what I was saying, because I didn't share it. So I shared it only after it was accomplished. But now it's it seems I make a self-talk, and then after that I immediately publish it on YouTube, and that's going to be way harder than when you just store it on your computer and don't show it to anyone. But honestly, I think there are lots of opportunities for growth. So besides that I can talk to myself, I also can communicate with the audience. You may write me comments, ask me to to clarify what I'm doing, and it's like I think it's a very amazing thing. So and by the way, it helps to focus my thinking on English, and yeah, it seems uh, I fucked up. Yeah, I don't like how it goes, so I need to say that I don't like how I started. I don't like how it was going, and I'm not trying to criticize myself. I'm just trying to say that there, like, it should be more structured, but I don't like to make it. It's like to write a script before. There are one, two things. They, for example, the thing was shouldn't or should I prepare? And before I started, I didn't knew the answer, and I still don't know it. I'm just trying to. It seems that I'm trying to convince myself that I should prepare, but it shouldn't be too much in order to not be completely overwhelmed with my thoughts when I just need to choose what exactly should I talk about. And I don't think it's a big problem. Again, maybe I can write 1, 2, 3, 5 issues or tasks or whatever points, topics which I'd like to cover, and if I start talking and I see that I can develop one thing, I may focus on one thing, but if it doesn't work, I may just shift to something else and work on something else. So it's about time. It seems that I'm talking for 10 minutes already, and it's time to finish. Well, yeah, I think I need to say a few things more about learning. As I said, one thing is just one thing why I'm doing that is just to develop my YouTube, to develop my speaking club, to improve my English, but it also helps me to focus on learning and studying, because really it motivates a lot when I know that every day I need to stay, it's like in front of unlimitless audience, because really when I think like how many people may watch it, it's not just right now, it's just actually everybody may watch it, and it's not just in this particular moment, but for like the audience, the amount of people who may watch it's like actually it's unlimited, and to stay here and talk this nonsense and be completely messed up, it's kind of scary. But I shouldn't. Again, at the same time, I have this thought that I shouldn't worry about it too much. It's like it's me. I'm trying to be authentic. I'm trying to be myself. I'm not trying to pretend that I'm somebody else, that I'm smart or that I know everything. I'm trying to be myself. I'm trying to see what's really going on in my mind, why I'm doing things, what I'm doing exactly, what's the purpose, how can I articulate that, and I'm trying to learn to articulate that better. So the point is to be able to say what I'm doing and to do what I'm saying I'm doing. That's the purpose. Okay, I think it's enough for today. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.